Hello everyone, welcome back. My name is Really Good. So your day is really good, guys. Today I'm going to show you how to make a code system where you can use some codes to get a free reward, like Twitter codes. So as you can see here, we have input codes. I'll write one code that's release. I'll press the enter button here, and I get the coins. If I write it again, release, and I press enter with the keyboard instead. It said code already claimed. It same works with the enter button. And if I just write something random and press enter, it says code invalid. So now let me show you how to make it. So before we start, remember to look for some 6 digits in this video. You can then go to my Discord, link in the description. Go to my Discord, go into the bot commands, and then write semicolon get model, then the ID. So that could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this isn't the real ID. Then when you enter it, you're gonna get a you're gonna get a DM from the bot. You go into it, and then here, hello Vinto, here's the model. You can then download the model, and yeah. Okay, so the first thing we want to add is some events. So if you go into the replicated storage, we can add a folder. I'm gonna call this folder events. Inside of this folder, we're going to add a remote function. We're going to call this remote function code event, and then you can download the GUI that I made. You can just go into the video description, and there's a link, and then you press it, and then you can get the free UI. There are no scripts in it, so let's paste it in. There we go. We have the UI. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add a we'll do is to add a local script to this one. So if you go into the frame, if we go into so the first thing we're going to do is to add a local script. So inside the screen GUI, I'm going to add a local script. I'm going to write local plr equals game.players.local player, local events equals game.replicate storage wait for child events. Then we're going to write local frame equals script.parent wait for child frame, local text box equals frame wait for child text box, and the local button equals frame wait for child text button. Then we're going to write text box dot focus lost connect function enter pressed. If enter pressed, then local correct equals events dot code event invoke server textbox.text. If correct, then textbox.text should be equals to code claimed. Else if correct equals false, then textbox.text should be equals to code already claimed. And else if correct equals nil, then textbox.text should be equals to code invalid. So there we go. And then what we can do is, if we go underneath, we can write button. So if we press the button instead of pressing enter, dot mouse button, one click connect function. Again, local correct. Then you can just take this, copy and paste it in. There we go. Then we can add a script inside the server script service. So inside the server script service, we're going to add a script. I'm going to write data store service equals game get service data store service. Data store equals data store service get data store, and then data1. Then we can write local main module equals require script wait for child main module. Game.players.player added connect function plr. Local success comma table equals pcall function. So return data store get async plr.name ... exclamation points question mark ... plr.useid. If table with big T is nil to nil, then main module the player added plr.name comma table. Table. If table is nil, means if it's a new player, then main module the player added plr.name comma nil. Then I'm gonna save it as so game.players the player removing connect function plr. Local success comma table equals pcall function. Local function save data current data return main module dot player stats plr.name and then return data store update async plr.name ... exclamation points interrogation mark question mark .plr.useid comma save data without the brackets. And if success, then print plr.name ... data saved. And then we're going to remove the data from the game. So main module.player stats, or not the game, but like the server, so people can't access the data anymore. There we go. That means if the player rejoins, if it wasn't a success to saving, and a player rejoins the game or the same server, then he can regain the stats that he lost. Then we're gonna add a inside the script, we're gonna add a module script. We're gonna call this main module. We're gonna change this to main module. There we go. So we're gonna write over the table of the module. We're gonna write local events equals game replicated storage wait for child events available codes equals, we're gonna make a new table. Inside we're just gonna write release equals 100, like equals 200, and subscribe equals 300. So inside the main module, we're gonna write function main module dot player added, then name comma table. Right over here, so still inside the main module, we're gonna write main module dot player stats equals new table stats, and then we're gonna write if the table is nil, that means if the player is new, then main module dot player stats name equals, and we're gonna make a new table. Then we can just copy this, go here and write coins instead equals 0 and codes equals and we're gonna make a new table. Else, if the player is new, then main module player stats name then equals table. So we're gonna add the saved stats. Then we're gonna add some leader stats. So local leader stats equals instance.new folder. There we go. Leader stats.name should be equals to leader stats. Leader stats parent should be equals to game.players name, local coins should be equals to instance.new int value, coins.name should be equals to coins, and coins.parent should be equals to leader stats. And then we can do main module dot update stats, game.players, and then the name. And we can print player stats loaded. Underneath, we're going to write function main module, space main module dot update stats, plr. We're going to write plr.leader stats dot coins dot value equals main module dot player stats plr.name dot coins. Underneath, we're going to write function, underneath right here, we're going to write function claim code plr comma code. So if the player, then if available codes find the code, so code, then if table dot find main module dot player stats plr dot name dot codes comma code, means if the player doesn't have the hasn't claimed the code yet, so if it's nil, then main module dot player stats plr dot name dot coins, so we're going to give the coins plus equals available codes and the code, table dot insert main module dot player stats plr dot name dot codes comma code, and we're going to write main module dot update stats plr, and we're going to return true. Then we're going to write else return false. So this is if it is already claimed, then we're going to return false. If he claimed it current, if he just claimed it, it's going to return true. And then right here, we're going to write again else. So from the if available codes, if the code doesn't exist, then return nil. And then underneath, we're going to write events.code event.onServer invoke equals claim code. I'm going to remove the brackets. So now if we publish this to a game, so I'm going to publish this as a new awesome boost game. I'm going to publish this. There we go. Published. And now if we test it out, we're going to play. There we go. Coins 0. So we're going to write release. We're going to press enter. There we go. 100 coins. If we write release again, press enter. Code will reclaim. If we're going to write something else, OK. Enter. Code invalid. Let's write like. There we go. Subscribe. There we go. It's claimed. Write again. There we go. Code will reclaimed. If we write, make a spelling mistake, so subscribe, code invalid. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope remember to like, subscribe, and hope I'll see you in the next video. Bye.